My mind's telling me no, but that crack, y'all, that crack keeps telling me yes, gotta go.
Pain money, keep it in a safe. If you talking out your ass, I'll pop out with this 38. Boomhauer. K-Foot, main tom bab, goddamn propane, main top out with that.
What's up, YouTuberverse? It's your boy RB back again for another one. Look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I have really been going through some pretty bad mental health issues lately. I'm not gonna bore y'all with the details, but it has been a rough few weeks. I'm definitely not feeling right, so making this video was hard. It was a hard decision to even get started. But you know, this place right here is my happy place.
Or happy place.
This is where I find peace, is making these videos. So also I need to laugh. I desperately need to laugh. So a couple days ago, comedian Ryan Davis rotisserie roasted KD for 5 minutes straight. And look, I'm not gonna lie, KD's head kind of looks like a half-plucked chicken. Let's get into it. Nuance Machine episode 41. Let's kick it. All right, before we get started, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, please check out my shop, breezysprints.com, where you can find all original designs printed on high-quality tees, tank tops, sweatshirts, and hoodies. All designs are done by yours truly, and without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first thing first, right off the jump, I can already see some people taking this the wrong way. Like, oh, you feel bad about yourself, so you're making fun of KD. First off, I don't feel bad about myself. That's not what's going on here. Secondly, KD asked for all the smoke. He's getting all the smoke. So, if you don't know, years ago, KD was outed for having a burner account where he would go on social media and defend himself anonymously. And when this came out, people thought it was kind of weak because you're KD. Like, you're one of the best basketball players on the planet. You're a multimillionaire. Why are you worried about what some haters are saying on the internet? And so much so that you're giving them energy by responding, going back and forth with them. So, you know, KD has a long history of beefing with people on Twitter who say negative things about him, whether it be personal or his play on the court. And this time he made the major mistake of going after a comedian, which you just never, ever, ever do. Especially if you're the type that can't make fun of themselves. Look, then you definitely don't ever go at a comedian because they're going to roast you into ashes. Lastly, I can make fun of myself. Look, I know that my voice is so soft that when people first meet me, they wonder if I'm gay or not. I know that I'm socially awkward and I have the male equivalent of resting bitch face. And my struggle beard needs just as much help as KD's scalp does. I mean, look at this thing. It looks like a half-finished quilt. Look, if I was going to rob any celebrity, I would rob Drake of his beard. Look, what made the roast of KD so devastating is Ryan Davis roasted KD with nothing but facts and logic. Listen to this.
Yesterday, Kevin Durant said that I was a trash comedian. Dang, bro, why you get personal? I ain't talking about that monstrosity sitting on top of your head. I kept it basketball. You said that offense wins championships instead of defense winning championships, and I disagreed. I said it's probably the thinking that you have is why you haven't got close to competing for a title since leaving Golden State.
Damn!
Because during Golden State's run, they had a top 3 defensive efficiency. That's a fact. Since defense isn't as important, explain this to me, Eddie Kane Jr. In the modern era of basketball, the Hall of Famers with the most titles, Kareem, Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Kobe, Tim Duncan. They have at minimum 8 all-defensive selections. Not a bunch of scoring titles between all of them. All have a significant amount of all-defense selections.
Here he's saying that Kareem, Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Kobe, and Tim Duncan all had at least 8 defensive selections each. Okay, when I just wanted to clarify that because when I first heard this, I thought he was saying that they had 8 defensive selections collectively. And I was like, wait, 8 all defensive selections between 6 Hall of Famers doesn't seem like that much. But, then on the second listen, I understood what he was saying.
You know what Kevin Durant has never had? I know you're thinking waves, and you're right. But Kevin Durant has never had an all defensive selection.
You know what else KD has never had? Moisturizer. I'm not saying that there are lizard people, but if we wanted to investigate that, KD is the first person that needs to be investigated. He's literally shedding his skin on the court. Look, if you zoom in with the microscope, you'll see the bacteria on his skin crawling through the desert, desperately looking for water. Water. Somebody, please. Water.
The funny thing is, the only team that has had a bad defensive efficiency and still won the title is the 01 Lakers. And they had Kobe and Shaq. And ironically, both of them were all defensive selections that year. So even when there's a bad team defense, you still need your best players to be top tier on the defensive end. But I'll do you one better. You know who put an end to that Lakers dynasty? The Detroit Pistons. Our only Hall of Famer on the team is Ben Wallace, who averaged a whopping 6 points a game through his career.
Ben Wallace is one of the best defenders of all time. Literally made the Hall of Fame off of his defense alone and ended the Lakers dynasty in the early 2000s.
Defense. But I wouldn't expect you to know anything about defense, Kevin Durant, because playing defense takes heart. And after you joined the Golden State Warriors, after losing a 3-1 lead to them, we all knew you didn't have heart.
This point Ryan made about heart was devastating. And I just want to talk about this heart thing real quick because this is something that applies not just to basketball, but to life. Rather it be your work, your marriage, being a parent, perfecting your craft at, acting, music, being a YouTube creator, whatever. You have heart for the things that you truly care about. And having heart for something means it doesn't matter how bad things get, you'll never give up. You'll never fold. You are committed to getting better at something you have heart for. You give effort for something you have heart for. And when you have heart for something and you come up short, you don't take the easy way out. When you have heart for something, you're committed to the challenges that come with the territory. Like, just as an example, I've been making YouTube content for 3 or 4 months now. I have a total of 43 videos and I just cracked 100 subscribers today. I'm not discouraged at all though. I haven't even thought about giving up because I know that it will literally take hundreds of videos to get this channel where I want it to be. That's hard. My wife and I have been together for almost 14 years and we've been married for 6. It hasn't always been easy. There's been challenges, but my wife and I have the heart to always work things out when they're not perfect. That's hard. Look, this is my long-winded way of saying that when KD left the Thunder to go to the team that literally just beat them after throwing away a 3-1 series lead to that team, that move lacked heart in a lot of people's eyes. That move was branded the weakest move ever made by a superstar by Stephen A. Smith.
Kevin Durant heading to the Golden State Warriors. How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it. He's one of the top 3 players in the world. He's a quintessential superstar. He deserves all the credit in the world for the talent that he possesses. But the flip side is this. They were up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Not 1, not 2, but 3 different times. He was 48 minutes removed from getting to the NBA Finals. And you depart for the team that beat you when you're on the cusp of getting to the finals yourself or ultimately winning the championship for the franchise that you've been with since you've come into the NBA, I think it's incredibly weak.
Instead of wanting to run it back, you went ahead and joined the team that knocks you out of the playoffs.
And that label stuck to KD like one of those new age toupees that I've seen on social media lately. Yo, the look on his face is like, I can't believe I let this person talk me into this shit.
Oh my God.
Yo, what is this sorcery? KD, you should look into this. No. I'm just kidding, KD. Do not do this. If you do this, you will get roasted so bad. You'll be like one of those petrified people at Pompeii. That's how bad you get roasted if you did this. Please don't do that. I was just joking.
And even though you were supposed to be the best scorer in the league, you were up 3-1. And what did you do in Game 5? You went 12 of 31 from the field. What did you do in Game 6? You went 10 of 31 from the field. So either the Warriors locked y'all up defensively to get past you, which would make defense more important, or you're a choke artist. Which one is it? Which one is it? See, in the game of basketball, when a team's best player gets hurt, the team suffers tremendously. When you got hurt in the playoffs when you was with Golden State, they still won the Western Conference Finals. They still went on to the finals. And if Klay Thompson didn't get hurt, they probably would have won without you, which is what Draymond told you to your face when y'all were arguing, that they were winning before you and they'll win after you. And you left Golden State after that. And what they do? Won without you.
In my opinion, the biggest hit to KD's legacy is the fact that Golden State won a championship before KD got there, and they won a championship after KD left.
Why doesn't Steve Nash have a ring? He doesn't even have a finals appearance. But you believe that offense is the way to go. So when you left Golden State, you went over to the Nets and you had them hire Steve Nash as your coach. You're the best scorer. He was on the best offensive scoring team of all time. All this offense, you added, you know what I mean, James Harden, and you added Kyrie Irving. So much offense. Why you get swept in the first round of the playoffs to the defensive-minded Celtics? Mr. Offense, explain it to me. Explain it to me. The only thing in that series that was more abysmal than the aerial view of your scout was your shooting percentage in that series.
And look, I know that I've been participating in the roast of KD. I tried my attempt at jokes, but don't get it twisted. KD's one of the most unique players we've ever seen. You can argue that he helped change the game. You know, KD's 6'11", has guard skills, is an excellent shooter from mid-range and three, can drive to the basket and finish at the rim. And other players like Brandon Ingram and even Joel Embiid to some extent have modeled their game after KD. KD is a future Hall of Famer. He's a multimillionaire. And as J. Cole would say, the joke is on me. So J. Cole said, if you're broken clown and a millionaire, the joke is on you. Money is everything. I'd never say that. But people throw stones knowing they sell their soul to get wherever they at. Envy keep your pockets empty, so just focus on you. I know my J. Cole now. But that's okay, because I have heart for this shit right here. And I'm going to get there one day. Look, last thing I want to say is that I know that talking about my mental health on the internet can be seen as a sign of weakness to some people. I personally don't see it that way. And I want others to know, specifically other men, that if you're going through mental health issues, whether it be anxiety, depression, bipolar, autism, schizophrenia, whatever, just know that you're not alone. Okay? Whether you decide to share it with the world or keep it to yourself, as long as you never give up and you keep moving forward, I'll never see you as weak. That's going to be all for this one, guys. I'll see you on the next one.
Can't wait.
Love you guys. Peace.
Dark side, light this bitch up.